My brother spent years trying to outdo everything I did, so I gave him one thing to win, and it ruined him. Elias had been copying me for as long as I could remember. He didn't just copy, he upgraded. If I bought something modest, he bought something extravagant. If I achieved something, he made sure his version looked better. When I got my first job out of college, I celebrated by buying myself a secondhand car. 2 weeks later, Elias pulled into our parents' driveway in a brand new luxury sedan. I got promoted after 3 years. He announced a director-level role at some startup no one had heard of, and made sure the title sounded more impressive than mine. I saved for months to move into a small apartment downtown. He signed a lease in a high-rise penthouse, and made a point of hosting a family dinner there the same week I moved in. At some point, it stopped being about things, and started being about erasing me. The breaking point wasn't the money. It wasn't even the constant comparison. It was the way everyone started framing it. "You inspire him," my mother once told me. "He just wants what you have, but better," my dad joked. No one saw it the way I did. That it wasn't admiration. It was competition. Then came the proposal. I spent months planning it. A quiet beach where my girlfriend, Hannah, and I used to go when we needed to reset. I wanted it to be ours. I told my family about it weeks in advance, just so they'd know. That was my mistake. Elias proposed 3 days before I could. Same beach, same sunset timing. Even hired a photographer. I found out from social media. His post went viral in our circle. When I finally went through with my proposal days later, it felt dimmed, like the air had already been taken out of it. Hannah said yes, but I saw it in her eyes. The comparison had already been made. That night, I decided something had to change. Not the way he behaved, but the way I responded. For years, I tried ignoring him, outgrowing him. None of it worked. So I gave him something to chase. A restaurant project. I'd been talking for years about opening a place of my own. Something I could build slowly. But this time, I talked about it like it was everything. At family dinners, group chats, casual conversations. "This is the one," I'd say. I talked about investors. A location I'd secured. I showed mock designs, numbers, plans. Everything looked airtight. And then, at the peak of it, I pulled out. Too risky, I told everyone. I can't afford to lose everything if it fails. I made it look like walking away broke me. That was all it took. 3 weeks later, Elias announced it. His restaurant. Same concept. Same neighborhood. Bigger budget. Flashier design. "You hesitated," he told me privately, smiling. Oh, I didn't. I never did. Opening night was massive. Packed. Influencers, investors, people lining up outside. He looked unstoppable. For a while, it worked. But here's the thing Elias never understood. I didn't walk away because I couldn't afford it. I walked away because I knew exactly what it would take to survive. And what would quietly destroy anyone who rushed in. The lease terms. The supplier contracts. The hidden costs of that specific location. Regulatory issues that didn't show up until months later. The kind of problems you only notice if you're patient enough to look. Elias wasn't. By the 3rd month, cracks started forming. Supplies delayed. Staff turnover. Unexpected fines. By month 5, he was bleeding money. I remember the night he showed up at my place. No flashy car this time. No confidence. "You knew," he said quietly. It wasn't anger. It was realization. I didn't answer. "You let me take it," he said. I met his eyes. "For once," I replied. "You made your own decision." He laughed, but there was nothing funny in it. Within a year, the restaurant shut down. Debts piled up. Investors pulled out. His marriage didn't survive the stress. And for the first time in his life, there was nothing left for him to copy. People ask me if I felt guilty. Sometimes I think about it, but not for the reasons they expect. I don't feel guilty for what happened. I feel guilty that the only way to stop him was to give him exactly what he wanted and let him destroy himself with it.